Greetings out there once more, Internet. Once again, your host, the Nightmare Nerd, here for the latest episode of Scary Good Drinks. Oh, we've moved well into August now. Oh, the wind is starting to get chillier, the shadows are getting longer on the ground, and fall's around the corner. But you won't hear me complaining. Fall happens to be my favorite time of year. So to celebrate the slow but impending arrival of my favorite season, I have something quite thematic to show you. This is HooDoo Unfiltered India Pale Ale by the VooDoo Brewing Company of Pennsylvania. Now, I must say, I really do like the packaging on this box. It's very thematic, and it has an incredibly well-written legend. Let's get you a closer peek. We at VooDoo Brewing Company have taken over 2 decades of Matt's brewing experience and our quirky personalities, and wrapped them up into a line of beers oriented around what we feel are fun, flavorful, and thought-provoking. We hope you enjoy our beers as much as we do brewing them. Cheers! I'll pop one to that. Forged in the bowels of the Medville Bayou, this IPA ushers your soul down a twisted journey in the 7 seas. This voodoo brew will incite your dark side and open a portal to your hoppier senses. The 7 Seas alchemic concoction are 7 different hop varieties starting with the letter C. Conjure your taste buds into a piney citrus paradise fit for a hoodoo doctor. You'll love the spell this beer casts on you from the very first sip. Well, and allow me to just say, I do love this labeling work. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love the combination of colors of purple, green, and gray, and I very much love this incredibly stylistic, almost watermarked kind of skull in the background, plus this terrific writing on the label box, which they have replicated on each bottle. Very, very cool in my opinion, but I will say it's making me a tad skeptical. You see, it says India Pale Ale on the label, yet the legend describes it as IPA. I don't know if they're perhaps going for a false or misleading advertising kind of demographic here, but it doesn't exactly inspire confidence. So I suppose, without further ado, we should get on to sampling. As always, I am proud to be using my zombie bottle opener, which I received in Horror Block. First, let's try and see what we can detect. Whoa. Well, my skepticism just went up by several more notches, I'm afraid. The aroma is not like any pale ale that I've ever had, or even like any IPA I've ever had. No, this is more reminiscent of a stout, like Guinness, or a much darker kind of beer. So, we apparently have some sort of a concoction that is both a pale ale, an IPA, and a stout. Perhaps this might have something to do with the fact that voodoo itself is a amalgamation, if you will, of Christianity as well as African and Haitian tribal beliefs. Just a little fact for you all out there. Nonetheless, I'm just going to go out on a limb and assume that they just need to get do a little better advertising on their packaging. But here's hoping. Let's see how it pours. Oh yes, this is definitely darker than a pale ale. Then again, I'm used to the more mass-produced pale ales, such as a Rolling Rock, which is extremely light. Fair amount of foam. Then again, I didn't exactly hold the glass at a very good angle. Oh yes, this definitely has a much sharper and stronger scent than any other pale ale that I've tried. But here's hoping. Just kidding, folks. Actually, it's not bad. The flavor is definitely stronger than any other pale ale that I've tried, but that's not a completely unappealing thing. This does not taste at all like an IPA, at least not to me. Then again, I'm not exactly a connoisseur, as many of my previous videos certainly demonstrates, though I like to think I'm getting better. The color is much more reminiscent of what I would call a seasonal kind of ale, such as the pumpkin ales we shall soon be getting bombarded with, but the flavor is definitely distinct. There's no hints of any kind of spices here, though it is rather strong, which shouldn't be a surprise given that according to the packaging it is a 7% alcohol by volume per bottle. Definitely stronger than your average beer, but this is more or less a craft brewery. So overall, I would actually have to give HooDoo a thumbs up. This is a gorgeously packaged beer. Despite the somewhat misleading advertising, it's not at all unappealing. At around 10 or 11 bucks a pack, though, it can be a bit discouraging if you're someone who's not exactly in the funds at any given moment. But since we are moving into autumn, and with it, of course, comes Halloween season, I would definitely say HooDoo is worth a try. As always, I encourage you to eat, drink, and be scary. Please like, watch, subscribe, and enjoy.